don't fuck this up. Only have a small portion of stupid shit. They're fun to have. We like it. But if you have too much of this stuff, the moment the dancing stops or the music stops, these things collapse to the floor. So this is why I try and explain to you why to have the majority in larger cap tokens that have proven network effects that are working.
Undoubtedly one of the most popular topics on crypto Twitter right now, Raoul Pal's banana zone thesis has attracted both ardent believers and staunch critics. The Real Vision founder and CEO has been talking about the banana zone since at least May, when he discussed the thesis a meme in a series of interviews and Twitter threads. Pal's banana zone concept is based on global liquidity cyclicality, specifically central bank balance sheets during expansionary and peak periods. Pal thinks liquidity conditions have bottomed out and will resume a rising soon, rising significantly at any time until June 2025 when central banks drop rates and ease quantitative tightening. Pal predicts a most exciting period for the cryptocurrency market, with crypto asset prices expected to rise sharply or go bananas. This is the banana zone, and Pal expects it to start at any time in the latest edition of his periodic Drinks with Raoul Pal podcast. The renowned macro guru and former Goldman Sachs executive gives much-needed updates on the banana zone and how wildly he expects. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and switch on post alerts for more videos like this. You can also check out our other videos with insightful analysis and forecasts from the industry's finest minds. Thanks for your help with the YouTube algorithm and channel growth. Enjoy the video.
So let's get on to the banana zone, because I know you guys care about that. I've got a little presentation again from XPAM, where, as I said, we've got the fund of funds and we allocate to digital asset hedge funds to capture this move from 2.5 trillion to 100 trillion. And the idea is to capture that by giving it to the best people, because it's not going to be Bitcoin that does all the thing. It's going to be all of the tail. So we actually use the kind of GMI style macro overlay to also manage that. So we had a presentation today from Julian Bittel, who runs the analysis side of it, who you guys may know from that 2.5 hour marathon. If you haven't watched that, you should bloody watch that. That was an incredible piece. I'm really proud of that marathon. So let me share this with you. Okay, so these are just some banana zone charts to help you along. One is we have an overbought, oversold indicator for Bitcoin. We use Bitcoin because it has the longest price history. And what it shows from how we built the overbought, oversold is that really we haven't even started the rally yet. We're only just getting into what's known as crypto summer, even though it's matching with summer, but the crypto cycles, macro cycles are not the actual seasons there each year. So we're now in crypto summer. Prices should start to accelerate. Next year will be autumn or fall. Okay, so we're not overbought. Altcoins, all about the banana zone. The ISM survey is the business cycle. The business cycle is dragging its way higher, still below 50. So the global economy is slow and the US economy is slow. Now, all our forward-looking indicators, and it was all in that big presentation I gave you, they're all rising. And so very soon the ISM is going to go higher, and altcoins, much like small cap stocks, follow the business cycle. Why? Because you lot don't have any money yet. As soon as the business cycle improves, you'll have money and start punting. It's as simple as that. Right. So I'm eating my peanuts as I go. God, they're so good. Another chart, Fed net liquidity in altcoins as a percentage of Bitcoin total market cap. Fed net liquidity leads by 12 months. It tells you altcoins as a percentage of Bitcoin should start rising, i.e. altcoin season is around the corner, which is the banana zone. I actually don't even understand this chart because Julian's smarter than I am. It's the core risk indicator, Z score, or Z score if you're an American. Basically, just look at the pink lines. It gets to the top. We're nowhere near it, i.e. we're not overbought, so nothing to worry about. Fed net liquidity against Ethereum. We should start to see Ethereum and the others move away from Fed liquidity. That's always happens because there's a technological adoption curves. So we should see these rising. Fed net liquidity is starting to come up, after the TGA got drawn down, increased from the tax credits, the tax take, sorry. And so we should start to see Ethereum do better soon.
Pal isn't the only one who sees the clear link between the amount of money in circulation around the world and the prices of crypto assets. In a recent tweet, Marty Pants, host of the Crypto Traders Club, shared a chart of the World Liquidity Index with the caption, "Here we go, kids, banana zone." It hit a low point exactly at the low point of Bitcoin and a high point exactly at the high point of Bitcoin. The biggest prediction for 2025 is that there will be as many critics as believers. Some cryptocurrency investors who are unhappy with recent price changes have been posting pictures of rotten bananas, just like the banana zone Pal says will happen. Bitcoin has gained about 5.37% in the last month and $64,852% in the last week. However, the leading cryptocurrency has gained over 47% in 6 months and over 100% in the past year. Additionally, price changes are slow in the cryptocurrency market even during bull markets. As with previous bull markets, the exciting times will likely only last for 3 to 4 months, which is why Pal is so careful about noting it up before it starts. Here are some more clips from the video.
Getting right down to that 20% historic volatility line, 10-day. When it gets there, it leads to whopping fucking rallies, i.e. banana zone. And you see the size of these rallies, 83%, 85%, 214% in 2, 3, 4 months. And it also happens in Solana. And the numbers are bigger. I mean, look at that, September 2023, 521% in 3 months. That was only recently. We've forgotten about that because the space is so fucking dumb. The moment it trades sideways, it's like it's all over. It's because, and I get it, everybody's hopes and dreams are in a banana zone. That's what the banana zone actually is. It's a representation of everybody's hopes and dreams. I get it. And I know it matters to people a lot. It matters to me a lot. And so when it doesn't happen, you start having that conflicting voice in your head is, what happens if it doesn't happen? What happens if it doesn't happen? What happens if it doesn't happen? Fuck, am I going to feel stupid? Have I fucked this up? Really, just stick with the program. I went through in such detail in that 2.5-hour show about why it's very, very, very likely to play out again. And I stick with that. Whether it starts next week, next month, or even September, I don't know and I don't care. What you can't do is start turning on each other the moment the bloody thing turns sideways. It's ludicrous. Yes, sideways markets in the majors means a complete bloodbath in the stupid shit you picked up, which is why don't fuck this up. Only have a small portion of stupid shit. They're fun to have. We like it. But if you have too much of this stuff, the moment the dancing stops or the music stops, these things collapse to the floor. So this is why I try and explain to you why to have the majority in larger cap tokens that have proven network effects that are working. Then you can speculate and be a true degen with the other stuff. If not, you're going to end up angry and bitter. And all you'll see on Twitter is some bloke who made 100x, and you're like, it can be me next. And before you know it, you'll go to zero. So please, please, please don't do that. A couple of technical charts. Bitcoin, it's hardly a technical chart. It's like breaks 70,000, fucking things going to the moon. Next stop, 100,000. So that's my deep technical knowledge. Break 70, going to the fucking moon. Also known as the banana zone. Okay. Solana, post this on Twitter. Let's see if it holds. Looks like a perfect wedge to me. It's exactly what you want from consolidation. Should consolidate and break higher. So let's see. Seasonality. Another nice one. This is election years. Election years, you get this summer run into August, sideways, election, banana zone end of year. So the whole banana zone, you can see the shape of it there with a slight kink in it over the September-October period as everyone gets nervous about the election. That's what we should expect. So soon, as they say here in Cayman, soon come. I don't know when, just relax over it. Here's another way of looking at it. This is the Bitcoin halving, the boring zone, the banana zone. The boring zone, actually, I think this is drawn wrong. I would argue the boring zone on this would start in July. The banana zone would start in July, and the boring zone finishes at the end of June. So it's kind of around now. It's pretty normal. And this chart, I think, is great. This is altcoins ex Ethereum, total market cap. Last cycle versus this cycle. It's just beautiful. It's so cyclical. Works so well. And again, what lies ahead? Bananas. Tons of big, juicy, ripe bananas. When does the real banana zone happen? The real banana zone happens October, November, December, and then explodes the following year. We go back to the seasonal cycle. We get this run here, sideways, another big run here. I mean, this chart suggests that altcoins, by this measure, market cap could 10x from here. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. It suggests they go to 7 trillion, which is where I'm starting to get to this is a 10 to $15 trillion cycle is where we'll get to on the way to $100 trillion.
From a big picture point of view, the rate cuts are being led by the Bank of Canada, the Swiss National Bank, and the Riksbank. In the past month, Sweden's central bank has announced rate cuts. On June 5th, the Bank of Canada lowered its policy rate from 5% to 4.75%, which was the first rate cut the bank had made in 4 years. The Swiss National Bank first announced a rate cut in March, and then another one on Thursday, lowering its main policy rate by 25 basis points to 1.25 pace. As the November elections get closer, the markets are expecting the U.S. Federal Reserve to make similar moves in the coming months, even though it has said there will only be one rate cut in 2024. Some investors think the Fed will become more dovish and less hawkish. Do you think the banana zone is coming in July? Please share your thoughts on Raoul Pal's insightful analysis and observations about macro and crypto, as well as your predictions for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in 2024 and 2025. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to get more videos like this. Thanks for watching.